Here I go, here I go, here I go. Yeah, here I go, here I go, here I go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Take Podcast. I am your host, Jackson Burleson, of course. In today's episode, I got the biggest Cardinals fan in the world in the house. My boy, Ashton, rocking the K1 jersey today.
I had to rock the K1 jersey.
Appreciate you hopping on once again.
Oh, no problem, man.
We tried running this, I think it was like the end of August, and we couldn't get it done, something with the audio. So we're here now, but we're ready to talk some football. First things first, though. Nick Bosa, $170 million, 5 years, 122.5 guaranteed. What's your take on that deal, first of all?
Oh, first of all, Nick Bosa is a sore spot because, in my division, and, we passed up on him, for, Kyler Murray. But, so, and I wanted Nick Bosa going to that job. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the dude's talented. Totally worth the money, what he does in the field. The only thing is injuries, man. I mean, he's missed a good portion of games. So to give him that, with that guarantee, I get it. It's better than not having him. I've always said that.
It's better than not
having him.
You need him.
It is a lot. Literally the injuries is the only reason I would give Garrett more money. But besides that, I mean, stud.
Dude, it's stud. I mean, if the Niners are gonna have any chance at winning a Super Bowl this year, he has to be playing.
No, yeah, they can't do it without him.
So, do you think they win the division with him on the field?
Yeah, I think they probably would have won without him on the field.
Because people are talking about the Seahawks right now, and I don't know. I mean, the Seahawks got a team, but I just don't know about Geno. He had a good year last year, but it was just is he gonna be able to do better or do the same?
Well, the Seahawks are good, but I think they won more games than they should have last year, and they're better than they were last year. But I think they went around the same amount of games, and I think in the end when they have to play the Eagles or the Cowboys or the Niners, it's just not gonna. They're not that good yet. But we'll never know. Last year this time we were saying they're the worst team in football, so you never know. There's no telling.
I love how you brought up worst team in football.
Don't talk to me about the worst team.
Who will be the worst team out of these two teams I'm going to give you?
Okay.
I'm sorry. The Cardinals are one of these options,
okay,
or the Broncos. Out of those two teams, who's going to be worse? Well, I think the Broncos are going to be worse, honestly.
I think the Cardinals are going to be worse. But I don't think either of them are the worst team in football. So, I mean, that's that.
Who is then?
Well, I think, okay, Anthony Richardson could be stud.
Oh, the
Colts. From what I've seen in college, I haven't seen enough to believe he's going to be a stud week one. And then they don't have Jonathan Taylor. The receiving core is iffy. The defense is decent. I just don't really see it from the Colts. I think they're the worst team. But also, I think you put the Rams in there too. Cooper Kupp's already hurt. If he can't come back and bounce back like he needs to. We didn't see a great Stafford last year.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Rams and the Colts can definitely be. I think those two are my front runners, but obviously I don't think we're the worst.
Yeah,
team.
Of course. I mean, your Cardinals bias is going to kick in a little bit.
I do believe in the Cardinals more than most people, but not. A lot of Cardinals fans are like, yeah, this is our tank year. We're going to be the worst team. We're going to be. But I actually think we're a 4 or 5 win team, and I think that's really solid for a rebuild. I really do.
Yeah, especially not even having Kyler Murray for the first 4 weeks.
At least 4. I'm starting to think it's going to be more like 6 because he can't practice till then. So after 4 weeks, he comes back, but he still needs to practice. So I would give him. I'd say at least 5 or 6 weeks. But
he'll play.
But he got a captain badge,
Yeah, I did see that.
So everyone that's saying that we don't believe in him, we're gonna sit him all year. That's
you guys do believe in him,
oh, yeah.
But the problem is the media wants to blow it out of proportion. The Cardinals are tanking for Caleb Williams. They're tanking. There's definitely actions that display that they could possibly be tanking, but every single NFL team wants to win.
Right.
It's not like you're going out there and putting a losing team on the field intentionally. No one wants to lose ever. It's just sometimes it happens.
Right.
Sometimes it's just like that.
I'm a big Kyler Murray fan, obviously, but I have come to the terms that I don't think anyone knows what they're going to do. I don't think the GM knows what he's going to do. I think it depends on how good Kyler is. If Kyler comes back and he's bad, I think they're going to go, well, we have a top 3 pick. There's Caleb Williams, Drake May. We're going to take one of those guys because it's just the right move to make if Kyler's bad. But if he comes back and he's good, you're like, why would I take a quarterback,
And here's the thing about Kyler Murray, for me personally. I think he's a great quarterback when he's healthy.
Right.
He's top 10. But his knee injury for me is just he's not going to be the same player. Like, he's not going to be able to run around the pocket, be able to extend plays with his legs. Like, that's what made him so elite is his speed and him to be able to just run past defenses, even having the pocket ability that he does have.
I think if we rushed him back week 1, then he would be hampered. But I think we're giving him time. We're giving him everything he needs to be great when he does come back. And we'll see. You know, I mean, I'm done being like, no, Kyler Murray's great. He's going to be great. We'll see. We will.
I mean, all the stuff that's been going on with like the video games and stuff like that. Like, it's just, it's weird media attention that he gets.
They
I don't
really
understand it.
They don't like the Cardinals this offseason. Everything we do, someone's got something negative to say, and it's crazy. It's like, just let us be bad. Like, if you think we're terrible, let us be terrible. Why make such a big deal about everything? They were getting on Gannon. You see that you got fire in your gut, and whatever. And he was a little goofy, but he was just trying to hype up the team, and then they ran with it. Now we're the worst team ever, and I'm like, this is crazy. I really like Gannon, so
it'll be interesting to see how the Cardinals turn out. But
we'll
I want to see where Jonathan Taylor's going to end up.
So I've heard that with the way they're running it, he could miss the entire season because the Colts.
I heard they're trying to rekindle it, though. I heard they're trying to heal the relationship.
I hope they do. I hope
they need him. They need him. He's their best player.
Right.
It's not even close. Like, if you don't have Jonathan Taylor,
right. That's why I say they're the worst team, because without Jonathan Taylor, if you look at that roster, you have an unproven quarterback. It doesn't matter how good
I agree with that
is.
take too.
They have an unproven quarterback who wasn't great in college. Like, and then the rest of the roster isn't loaded. The rest of the roster is kind of, and a first-year head coach. I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of newness, but I think his ability, his talent alone, I think he'll struggle his rookie year, but I don't think he will have as bad of a season as people think. I think, in my opinion, out of the rookie quarterbacks like Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Richardson, I think Bryce Young will probably have the best rookie season, but I think Richardson will probably have the better career. Bryce Young is really tiny. I don't know how long he's going to be able to take hits in the pocket. I don't know how long he's going to be able to do that for. But Richardson, he's big. He's 6'4". He can run. He's very athletic, and he has a bullet throw. Like, people don't understand. Like, I know people say, "Oh, he was bad in college," but like, I saw flashes when they beat the top 10 ranked Utah,
right?
And he was balling out. Like, they started out like 4-0 last year. Like, everyone forgets how they were doing good last year.
I actually said this in class today. I said that I really hope Richardson turns out and he's a stud, and that because then it goes on Florida, and I'm a Georgia fan, so then it's like, oh, well, look what Florida's coaching staff was holding back in him, kind of like Kingsbury with Mahomes. Mahomes was barely a first round pick. Well, he went higher, but
he was 10th, but he could have went.
All talent. We never saw what he did, and everyone blames Cliff Kingsbury for that. And I think the same thing will happen to Florida if Anthony Richardson balls out.
I think he'll ball out.
I think
he'll definitely struggle. He'll struggle.
He'll have a rookie season like Justin Fields. He'll look terrible for a couple weeks, and he'll look really good for a couple weeks. Like, it's gonna be up and down. But the team around him, like I said, it's not there.
So out of these quarterbacks,
okay,
this is a big one here. I don't know what you're gonna say to this. Which quarterback has the best chance to win a Super Bowl? Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, or Dak Prescott?
Well, definitely not Dak Prescott. We're talking about this year, right?
Yeah, this season.
Okay, well, I mean, you shouldn't have thrown Mahomes in there because you got to say Mahomes. Like, the Chiefs do every year, they're going to be the odds-on favorite to win. I think so, yeah.
Who's in their receiving core? Besides Scantling, Tony?
Well, they got that rookie. I can't remember his name, but 85. He's been really good. But Sky Moore is everyone's saying he's going to break out this year. You said Tony. There's another one. But the backup tight end who's taking over for Kelsey on Thursday, Danny Gray, I think is really good. They have a lot of and then Andy Reid, and it's Mahomes. Like,
it's Mahomes as long as he's there.
What he does is there's a video that went out of him throwing to just random people like off the street, and he made them look like NFL receivers. So I'm not too concerned about it. But
I would argue Joe Burrow for that.
I was gonna say if you take Mahomes out.
Burrowhead, baby. Like,
there's no reason this isn't the Bengals year. Like, there's no reason this shouldn't be the Chiefs are worse than they should be, especially without Chris Jones. That's a big thing. It's a huge thing.
So he's not playing, is he?
There's reports that they are getting closer to a deal, but he said that without a deal, he's not playing. So until that deal comes, if that deal ain't done before Thursday night, he's not playing. But if they get that deal done midway through the day, he's suiting up. So
which is literally tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I think I'm going to try to put this out on the game.
Right.
So
So it is Thursday.
okay, Lions,
Thursday, everybody.
Chiefs. Who wins that one?
Right now I got the Lions. Okay. So I know what I just said about Mahomes, and I think Mahomes is gonna have a great game. But the Lions had what they were doing last year was different, and I know they don't have Juice Williams, their best.
Yeah, they don't have him. Yeah.
Not their best receiver, but one.
But they got
an X
Jameer
factor.
Gibbs is going to be a
Jahmyr Gibbs is gonna go off.
stud.
There's going to be a lot. They have a great O line. But the Chris Jones is the one. It's not even Travis Kelce to me. Not having Chris Jones makes that defense go from like borderline elite to like maybe above average. Like I think the Lions are going to have a field day tomorrow. It's going to be a very high scoring game. It'll be a very exciting game.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be. I mean, I think there's going to be defense, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, Jared Goff's going to be slinging it.
Yeah.
Mahomes is going to be slinging it. I can't wait to see how Jared Goff looks.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, telling you, he is a sleeper.
I think he's going to come out and be good.
He's gonna have a good season, and I want to see how Amon St. Brown is gonna do.
Yeah.
He is gonna have a breakout year.
He's one of my favorite receivers in the league, man. He's so fun to watch, dude. That guy's really good, and I don't think Trent McDuffie is gonna be able to guard him. I like Trent McDuffie. Don't get me wrong, but dude's very short. Or no, I was getting him confused with Kyler Gordon. My bad. But Trent McDuffie, I don't think he can stay with Amon-Ra. Let's put it that way.
I mean, his size is just different.
He's not the short one. I got him. Kyler Gordon came out of Washington around the same time too. He's like 5'9". He's a Bears corner. Yeah, he can't. But he's a nickel, you know. So I mean, you're not really playing him on those guys. But.
So I want to stay on the Lions for a second here. So I have said in the past, I know you guys have heard this, that the Lions are going to win that division, the NFC North. I've had a change of heart, and I think Mr. Jordan Love in Green Bay is gonna get them that NFC North title. I just have a feeling that. He's been playing football for years. I mean, even though he hasn't been on the field, he's been behind one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers, getting advice. He knows the system. He's comfortable. I saw him against the Eagles last year. That's all I needed to see. Jordan Love's the guy. He's going to get him there. They have Aaron Jones. They still have Jair on the other side. Their defense is very, very good. Every year, the Packers always have a good defense. Like most years,
recent, yes.
Most years they have a very good defense that can help them out.
They were blaming that why Rodgers wasn't winning Super Bowls because of the defense.
And I think Jordan Love's going to be the reason that the Packers are good this year as well.
I think that's interesting because that division,
it's so wide open.
I can predict every division except for that one. Like that one, I think anything can happen. I think obviously I don't think the Vikings are going to win 13 games again, but that doesn't mean they can't. They definitely can. But I mean, you don't know. Jordan Love could suck. He could be really good. He could suck. The Bears. I think the Bears are a real team this year, but they could not.
Yeah,
they could be.
They have a receiving core. They got Claypool, DJ Moore. They got Komet.
Well,
they got guys.
All their problem, and obviously it's not. They're not ready. Like I'm not saying the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl, or
offensive line.
They probably aren't going to win their division, but they did make improvements to the O line.
Yeah, that was a problem last year.
They got Tremaine Edmonds. They already had a pretty good secondary. The receiving core is kind of stacked, honestly. Like.
It's good.
It's really good, yeah. I mean, it's about Fields. It's about Fields if he can put it together. That would be if I would have to put money on. I wouldn't put money on them, but let me just say they're the ones I want. I think they're the most interesting team in that division. But the Lions are great, the Packers are great, the Vikings are great, and I think the Bears could be great. Like so, I think all those teams could go 10-7. To be honest with you.
I think Justin Fields, especially for fantasy, snag him.
Oh yeah,
like you have to get him. Like there's no question. Like he's gonna be running around. He's gonna be doing everything for the Bears.
He was number one fantasy quarterback last year in the second half of the season, and it wasn't even close. Like he was number one by a lot. So he was running all over the place, man. So
do you think Justin Fields can win MVP if the Bears win that division?
This year?
Yes.
Well, obviously he could. Right, I'm not gonna say he can't, but I mean, no, I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but especially if he does what he did, he's gonna have to be better than he was last year. I get he ran really good last year, but he didn't throw the ball downfield, and I mean, receiving core, blah blah, whatever. We're gonna have to see that. You know, he has to show that. He has to.
Yeah, because he has no excuses now.
But so yeah, obviously he could, but I wouldn't bet on it.
You wouldn't put the house. You wouldn't mortgage the house on it.
I would definitely not. I wouldn't even put $1 on it, to be honest with you. I'm not feeling too hot about that one. But,
so divisions. I want to get into divisions.
Okay.
So I want to go division by division. Who do you think's gonna win? Let's see. Hopefully these predictions are right.
Okay, but you too. I want to hear your pick too.
Okay, so let's start out with the AFC East.
Okay.
I got the Jets winning that division.
Okay. I do too, but That one is another. I think the Patriots.
That's very up in the air too.
You know, the Patriots they lost 5 games by 1 possession last year.
And, you really think the Patriots have a chance?
A chance?
Yeah. Do you think
100%.
I don't think they
I don't
do.
think
I
they
think
will.
the Patriots are a bad football team.
No, I don't at all.
I don't think they're that good.
They didn't lose anybody. They got better this offseason. They brought Bill O'Brien in, Mac Jones was going off.
Bro, Mac Jones.
And I know he had different receivers. I cannot believe I'm a Patriots defender right now because
I mean, they did pick up Juju, but
they made good moves in the out. Not good enough in most people's eyes, but they were really close last year. Like I said, 5 games in 1 possession in the final couple minutes.
Yeah.
And they got better, and so I get the whole division got better. Just muted my mic. My bad. I get their whole division got better, but I think they could win it. So it's kind of up in the air, but I would say the Jets. Like they're Aaron Rodgers, man. He's better than.
And they got a stellar defense. They got a crazy defense.
No, I think the Jets have the best defense in the league. On paper. On paper, the Jets have the best defense in the league.
That's a good take. I would definitely agree with that. But I mean,
Miami's there too. Miami was unstoppable last year. When Tua was on, they were literally the best team in the league. So
yeah.
And that was without the defensive improvements they made. So I think Miami's
we'll see.
There.
When Ramsey comes back, we'll see how that defense really looks. Because when is he? I think he's supposed to come back in the middle of the season. I think. That's late. That's pretty long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute. But the Bills too. I don't want to not say anything about the Bills because they're just we know what they are.
I think they're gonna blow it up after this year. I don't think the Bills are gonna do anything. I think the Bills are gonna finish 3rd in that division.
This is a make or break year for the Bills. If they don't. This is
kind of a hot take, but if they don't win a Super Bowl, I think Diggs is gonna leave.
He almost left this offseason.
He wasn't even in training camp. For like most of the, there was like all that stuff going on.
That was a weird saga right there.
And then Josh Allen goes on a podcast, is like, oh, like nothing's happening. Like, what? What do you mean nothing's happening?
Yeah.
Your best player is not even showing up.
Stephen A. You see Stephen A. broke the story on it like way later. It was like already, and Diggs was like, no, I never wanted to trade. But I think it's nonsense. I think he got his information and he was on vacation. So when he came back, he went to drop it, and it was like at that point, Diggs had made up. That's what I believe. But I don't.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Only
next division, AFC West. I got the Chiefs winning it.
I mean,
you can't pick anyone else.
Pick the Chiefs, but I think the Raiders are pretty well. They got this Chandler Jones thing going on, but I do think the Raiders are pretty good. I think they're pretty good. I think they're a 10-win team, and I mean, I think the Chargers are a 10-win team as well. So I think both those teams are really good. And I think the Broncos. I really do think the Broncos are I believe they're a mid team. They're mid.
No, they're below mid. They're below mid.
I like.
Have you seen them in the preseason? Against your stellar Cardinals defense?
I saw them play my third string Cardinals defense. That's not good with
They were playing all their starters, and they have Jerry Jeudy out for the beginning of the year.
It took everything they had to score 1 touchdown.
Yeah, that was bad.
But first game, preseason, they'll grow. I think they'll be a good second half team. Let me put it that way. And they'll be good. They'll, mid. I think they're going to be mid. I don't think they're going to be good.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that I just can't see any world where they're actually mid.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see. But you don't think the Patriots are that good? I think the Patriots are pretty good.
Russell Wilson's playing his way out of the Hall of Fame as we currently sit here.
I mean, technically, yeah, but never mind. I don't want to talk about Russell Wilson. I could go on about Russell Wilson.
Next division, AFC North. I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. No, actually, no. I think the Bengals are the best team in the division, but I think the Ravens are gonna win the division. I think the Ravens they got Georgia's offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, and that dude is electric. Like Georgia in their first game did not look the same as they did. I'm a Georgia fan, and our offense was. We were scoring at will, but we were playing nobody.
The offense will look different because they got weapons.
They got better weapons. The O-line's still there. Lamar's got his deal. No more questions about that. Yep. He'll play when he needs to. He'll play in a playoff game this year if he was injured. I think the Ravens. I just think they'll end up winning more. And the Bengals, they started slow last year, so I think they could start slow again. And I think they're the best team in the division, but I don't think they'll win. But I mean, that's another.
Yeah, that's division. A really tight division.
The Browns are
Cleveland
really
is good.
The
Cleveland is
really good.
Cleveland has a really good defense. Yeah. They have good receivers.
That's all about
they
Watson.
Have Watson.
We just got to see what Watson is. If Watson plays,
and they have the best running back in the NFL, Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't forget about that guy.
If Watson plays how we know Watson should, then they can win the division.
They'll be in contention for sure.
But the Steelers too. Steelers are a good team.
Yeah, I don't know about the Steelers to be honest, like
I think they're above average.
I'm not really sure. I know they have a good defense. They got Minka. They got TJ. They got Deontay Johnson. They have George Pickens, by the way. He's insane.
Great O-line.
Do you think George Pickens will have 1,000 yards this year?
Oh, yeah. Easy. I think Deontay Johnson's about to move to a slot, and he's going to get...
He's better in the slot anyways.
It's going all to George Pickens, 100%.
That'll be... I think Najee Harris is pretty overrated, but I want to see him get his yards per carry up a little bit more.
Dude was crazy in college, though. Najee Harris was insane.
He's strong. He's big. Like, he's able to truck guys, but...
Well, when you put on that NFL weight, I think that kind of slowed him down a little bit, so he wasn't as good.
AFC South. Next division here. I got the Jags winning that division. Yeah. I can see an argument for the Titans. But
I think the Titans could be there. But I mean, obviously it's those two teams. But I mean, I honestly think the Texans could come out and surprise. I really hope not, we got their pick. But I think they could come out and really be like a scrappy team, not win the division, but I think they could win like 7 games.
Yeah, I mean they got Damian Pierce, they got Stroud. I mean, they have some guys over there.
Yeah, and
they're young.
I like their coach. I'm blanking on his name, but D'Amico Ryans. I really like D'Amico Ryans. I believe in him a lot.
He'll be good for Stroud's development.
And I think Will Anderson's going to be a stud. They got guys. The Texans are a team. I believe in them more than I believe in the Colts for sure. But I mean, obviously, the Jaguars are the best team. The Titans, I think
they got.
I think they're going to be good. I think they could make I think those two teams are going to be really close, just like they were last year.
I think both of them will make the playoffs. I think they will.
See, I don't because of just how the AFC is. Because I could
the AFC's stacked.
Like I said earlier, I could see every single AFC North team making the playoffs, every single AFC East team making it. I mean, 3 out of the 4 AFC West teams, like maybe. So then I just said maybe, and it's the 2 AFC South teams. I don't know. I think both of them are going to be around 11 to 9 wins.
I definitely can see why you think that, because last year I thought every single team was going to make the playoffs in the AFC West, but that didn't happen.
No, it did not happen.
Not even close to happening.
No, but the Jaguars ended up going pretty far last year.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers. They came back 27-0. Like
they really did play the Chiefs hard. Like
they did. I know Mahomes had a sprained ankle or whatever, but I mean, still, like, it's the playoffs. Like, Mahomes is going to show up.
Here for Lawrence to learn. I think he's going to... You were talking about MVPs earlier. That would be my dark horse MVP, Trevor Lawrence. I like it. If the Jaguars win 13 games, oh, yeah. If Trevor Lawrence, he's going to have I know he's going to have a great season. So, you're already talking about that. Give him 13 wins. Yeah. If they're the 1 seed and they're 2 seed in the AFC.
I like that. Dark horse MVP, Trevor Lawrence.
I like Trevor Lawrence.
I'm honestly with that. I can't really disagree with that at all. Nope. Now we're going to jump to the NFC. Now, this is where it gets interesting because I think the NFC is by far way worse than the AFC.
Yeah.
My opinion, before we get into division predictions, the NFC has 3 teams. Eagles, Niners, and the Cowboys. Those 3 teams. But but the gap between the Eagles and Niners with everybody else is so large. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan. I hope we can do well this year, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure about if we can really beat the Niners and the Eagles. I'm just not. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just trying to be realistic here.
I don't either, but I do think the Eagles are gonna take a step back this year. I think it's gonna be closer. I think
they got better.
If the Niners stay healthy, they should just run away with it. Honestly,
away with it.
I do.
No,
I think so because I think the Eagles are worse. I think they're a lot worse. They lost both coordinators. They lost key depth pieces. Now. I get what they added. They added a lot of good pieces, but a lot of them are rookies, man. And you don't know what you're going to get. Look, Georgia fan, man, I know what Jalen Carter is, okay? And they got Jordan Davis next to him. Whew, man, that's going to be a hard team to ever run on for the next 10 years. But I just think the coordinators matter, man. They lost their OC. Yeah. They lost their DC. They lost their passing game. Those guys took a bunch of coaches with them. It's a whole new coaching staff. At least the first 4 weeks, everyone's going to be like, what's wrong with the Eagles? Because they're not... I just can't see them coming out and being as explosive as they were last year, but they might end up being that way by the playoffs.
So let's get into that. So NFC East predictions here. Who do you think's winning the division? I'm really gonna try not to be biased here, but I have to say Cowboys. I have to.
There's a world where the Cowboys, like I said, if the Eagles start slow and it takes them some time to pick it up, then the Cowboys, and they start hot, and the Cowboys start hot, then it's going to 100%. The Cowboys have a roster.
It's up to Dak Prescott. Can he perform 100%. In the biggest stages? That's 100%. The question.
If it's crazy that people believe in Brock Purdy more than they believe in Dak Prescott.
It's so sad. But it's so sad, but I understand why, because Purdy has won more playoff games than Dak, and he didn't even play a full season last year.
Well, what are you concerned about? What would you be concerned about Purdy? Like, he got hurt, but he's not injury prone. He didn't make any mistakes.
I'm not concerned about Purdy at all.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's why Trey Lance is in Dallas and not in San Francisco right now.
There you go, Trey Lance.
He's not like, okay, let's talk about Trey Lance for a second. Trey Lance, okay. So, first of all, the guy's no threat to Dak Prescott's job this season. But if Dak Prescott plays so badly, Trey Lance will be in there, and this is how bad Dak Prescott has to play. And I'm dropping an article on this, by the way. It'll be in the bio. He has to play so incredibly bad. I think he has to have maybe 10 interceptions in the first 4 or 5 games.
Well,
for them to put Trey Lance in.
I saw earlier today.
That's crazy. I don't think he'll do that.
He wasn't going to have double-digit interceptions this year. He promised.
I hope that promise is true because
yeah, he'd look like an elite quarterback if he doesn't throw more than 10 picks. That'd be crazy. But I wouldn't bet on it.
It's so annoying because I think he's good during the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, I would say wild card round, he's had good games. Like against the Bucs last year, he threw for 4 touchdowns. That's a good game. I want to see that Dak Prescott. I've seen him show he has the ability to take the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. But it's just when you got teams like the Niners who have such good pass rush and such good corners, like you have to be on point. Like making a wrong read or throwing the ball a little bit behind a receiver, it just makes the difference in the world. Like, right. And I've said this so many times, like it's all about Dak. It's all about Dak. Can he do it? We have the defense. We have the offensive weapons. We just picked up Brandon Cooks, who I think, by the way, is going to be a very good player.
Me too.
He's going to be good. CeeDee Lamb's going to have a great season. He proved last year that he can actually handle the number 1 load with Amari Cooper gone. That was his first season without him. So we'll see. But I'm giving Dak one more chance. I'm giving him one more chance. I'm going to see how he plays out without Kellen Moore. Mike McCarthy is play calling. We'll see what happens.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
We'll see what happens. Because Kellen Moore was just not really making good decisions, not playing situational football. Trick plays in the fourth quarter when we need to score, or Ezekiel Elliott snapping the ball at center. That is just disgraceful. Like, that should never happen, ever. Like, I could have done a better job. I could have gone out there and said, hey, let's just line up normally. That's it.
Just line up.
Just pick a Madden play. That's it. Like, that's all you have to do. Like, and what is the point of having a guy? I could rant all day about the Cowboys games.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
no,
this is the last year for Dak Prescott. This is his last season. If he doesn't perform, I'll say this: if we don't make the NFC Championship game and break that 27-year streak, just get rid of him. Get rid of him. Don't extend him. Don't do anything. Just get rid of him. Trade him. Find somebody who wants to trade assets that we can actually use to put around Trey Lance. Because I think Trey Lance does have potential. He is he hasn't thrown barely any passes, dude. He's thrown like 450 passes his freshman year in college. Like, that is not a lot at all. Like, he has something to work with there.
Who's going to trade for Dak Prescott, though?
I think a lot of teams would honestly want him. Well, and I think, and this is a hot take too, I think Dak Prescott would be better not in Dallas because the pressure wouldn't be as high. Every quarterback in Dallas goes through the same thing Dak's going through.
I guess every team in the NFC South needs a quarterback, besides the Panthers, needs a quarterback. So, I mean, I guess I could see that. I was thinking about teams that whole time. I'm like, who would trade for him? Because, I mean, I've got the same situation with Kyler Murray, so I've been thinking about that. But
I don't know. It's got to make sense for somebody. I don't know who.
But see, I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't trade him without. And then you're like, yeah, and then we'll put pieces around Trey Lance. I don't agree with that because I think if you trade him, you're getting a quarterback. Like, in the draft, it'd have to be like the Falcons or the Buccaneers that have a bad season. Yeah. And then they're like, we're close enough to where we don't want to start over with a quarterback. Like, it'd have to be a situation like that. But there's just not a lot of those teams. A lot of teams got quarterbacks now.
Why don't we transition to the NFC South real quickly? Since you brought up the Falcons.
Hold up real quick. Real quick. I also think the Commanders and the Giants have very good squads. That's all I want to say. They just also have good squads. Just I think
Sam Howell will be good.
I do too. And Brissett's behind him. And Brissett's a good quarterback.
They have weapons.
I'm worried.
They got Dotson. They got McLaurin, who's the most underrated receiver in the NFL. Not even close.
They got good receivers, man, and they got
They got
the Giants
Gibson. They got
squad.
Robinson at running back. They got 2 guys back there.
Those teams are solid, man. I mean, I think both those teams have a case to win the. I know saying the Commanders is crazy, but I really do think they have a case to win the NFC East. But
Hopefully Chase Young can get healthy.
yeah,
Like he just always gets hurt.
You want
Like
it.
he's their best player on defense, and he just can't stay healthy.
I'm worried. You know, the Cardinals play the Commanders week 1, and everyone's like, if we're gonna win one, it needs to be this one. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like they're good.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
I think they're a bit better than us. So
They're a scrappy team. Like last year, they
Yeah.
didn't really have like a squad in most people's eyes, but they still won 9 games.
yeah.
still
And I think
finished
they
over
do similar.
500.
I think it's gonna be another dogfight. I know I keep saying that for each division, but I think that one's gonna be close. But sorry to the South if you
NFC South.
Okay,
I'm gonna take the Saints winning that division. I think that's the most. I think that's a safe pick. They got Derek Carr. They got Michael Thomas, which I don't know if Michael Thomas is gonna be back or not. But they have Chris Olave. I like him a lot. Jawan Johnson's still there. I like their team.
Right.
I like their team. I think they're very good. I think the only team that can really give them trouble in that division is Atlanta.
Okay.
That's the only team.
So I'm on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I think the Panthers are going to win the NFC South. I think besides, they were only 1 game behind them last year. They were 1 game behind the Buccaneers last year with no quarterback. Or my bad, with Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah.
So now they got one who, whatever you want to say about Bryce Young, he's got an it factor to him.
Yep.
So I think that he's going to win some games because they're going to win some games because of Bryce Young. Now they're going to lose some because of him too. But I also just don't think the Saints are that crazy. I think it's going to be just like last year. But the teams are just a little bit better. Atlanta, I don't think is very good. And then I think I believe in Todd Bowles, and I really like the Buccaneers roster, but that quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing about them, man. Like,
Yeah.
They have receivers.
Yeah.
Like their receiving core is good, but can Baker manage the game the way he should?
No. He just can't.
What about the Rams game last year when he came in the Rams, learned a whole new playbook in like 2 days, and then he balled out?
What about the other games for the Rams? He was good because he ad-libbed it.
Yeah, but he has moments where he can be
He
a
was
good
also
quarterback.
the Raiders too. Look, I'm not
And they have a
here to
good
throw
run
shade
game.
at the Raiders. I think that's a little overblown. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. I definitely don't believe in Kyle Trask. So I think no. The Cardinals got Josh Dobbs 2 weeks ago, and he's going to be our starter week 1. And I genuinely think that's better. We have a better quarterback situation than the Buccaneers. I think Josh Dobbs, with whatever he's done, has
Really?
done
You're going to
more.
say a guy?
Yes.
Has Josh Dobbs won a playoff game? No.
No,
Baker has.
but
Baker won a
He
playoff
played-
game.
he
He
played
won
very-
Cleveland a playoff game.
did he do that?
Cleveland.
Did he do
Yes.
that? I thought
He was
Steelers-
on the team.
Hold up. I thought the Steelers had turned the ball.
We can talk about we can debate if it was his win, but he won it.
Browns-
he won.
Browns
he
were
won a playoff game.
Browns were up 28-0 by the end of the first quarter, and it was mostly the defense.
I'm just saying, like, if
But no, he
Baker's
did play
so
good.
bad,
He did play
wouldn't
good,
be able
but
to
that
win.
was before he got hurt,
Yeah, he had the shoulder injury,
and he hasn't been good since then. He wasn't good for the Panthers. He was only good 1 game for the Rams. I mean, I just don't believe him.
But he's been bouncing around. Like, it's just.
I hope so. I love Todd Bowles, man. Todd Bowles used to be the defensive coordinator of the Cardinals when they were actually good.
I'm cheering for Baker. I hope he does
I
well.
love the Buccaneers. I just don't. That quarterback situation is too big of a hole for me to ignore.
We'll see.
So
I mean,
like
he's got to
the
prove it.
Panthers. I really like the Panthers roster. And Bryce Young's their only question. And I know it's the same thing with quarterback, but
What about their line?
what about their line?
I don't think their offensive line's really that good.
All right.
They got to protect the 5'8".
No one's
Small
got
guy.
a good O-line. No one's got a good O-line in that division. I mean, I guess the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints have a good one.
Yeah, the Saints are all right. They should win the division, but I just, no offense to Derek Carr, but I've seen, when the moment comes up, Derek Carr usually doesn't shine. So
Hey, but I've seen him when he played the Bengals in the playoffs. I mean, he balled
Yeah.
out. I've seen him play.
Derek Carr is a solid quarterback, man. He's the best quarterback in that division.
I've seen. Yeah, that's.
But he
not
doesn't
even
step
question.
up he just doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're all prediction, right? So my prediction is that the Buccaneers and the Falcons are going to be terrible, and the Saints are going to be And then, well, let me not say terrible for the Falcons. Actually, I think the Falcons are
I think
mid.
they'll be better than
I think
people
the Falcons
think.
are mid. Yeah, I
I think
take back what I
Ritter will
said.
be better than people think.
I don't think that,
I
but
think
they
he
run the
will.
ball enough.
I think
and they
he'll be
have-
able to manage a game.
I think
He was a good college quarterback.
I think Bijan Robinson's a top 10 running back before taking a snap in the NFL.
That's crazy
and
to say, too.
especially in that watching him as
It's
a prospect, he was pretty crazy at Texas, but
Yeah, he
um,
was. He was.
pretty elite. But so I mean, I think right now that's a prediction, but I think he'll be a top 10 running back at the end of the season. So I think he is. Yeah.
So we talked about the NFC North already.
South.
I said Packers. So.
Oh yeah, off camera, yeah. Oh,
I
wait,
said-
no, was that on camera?
Yeah, we said on camera.
My bad.
Yeah, we said on camera. I said Packers. I think Jordan Love will get him there.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he can.
We started with that.
I don't know what you. I think you think Lions, correct? I'm pretty sure you have to ride.
I mean,
ride
if
for
I
Lions.
had to bet, I would say the Vikings. Like they did it last year. They were a good squad. They're not. I don't think they're a real team. If you know what I'm saying. Like they're not a real contender yet.
Who, the Vikings?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But I do think they're the best team. They have the best experience, and they should win it. And then that one I'm going to stick with. But like I said, I think all of those teams could end up at the end of the year at 10-7, and I wouldn't be surprised. All 4 of them. So that division,
It's wide open.
I don't. Yeah.
Anyone can take it.
And they could all be bad too. All those teams could end up under 500.
Yeah, that's
So-
possible. That was like that for the the South, the NFC South last year.
Yeah,
for a
but
little
I don't
bit?
believe as much in the South as
No.
something else.
No. So NFC West. Who do you got?
Well, obviously the Niners, right? I've already sung their praises as much as it hurts my heart to do. I've sung the Niners praises, and I'm going to. They do have the best team. They should not even have a problem. They should win it by 3 or 4 games. I get the Seahawks are good, and those NFC West games are going to be good. The Niners are not going to destroy the Rams or the Cardinals like people think, but they are just the best team. They should win it pretty easily.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are behind them, and then I think the Cardinals are better than the Rams, but that's
What?
personal.
No.
I definitely think so.
No way.
I think
No way.
just a roster construction standpoint, they have a better. You know, the Rams are starting 16 rookies.
That is a lot.
They're not starting.
That
My
is
bad.
a
Let me-
lot.
My bad. Before I get flamed in the comments, 16 made the roster, but they're all in first or second string. I looked it up. I actually did look that up before I came. So
I think if Cooper Kupp gets healthy,
yes,
I think the Rams are going to be a problem.
I don't think they're gonna be.
I think they will. I think they'll be good.
Maybe for the Cardinals. Maybe for a bad team.
I think the Rams can win 10 games with Kupp healthy.
Oh no, I don't think that.
I think they can.
No.
What reason? Okay, last year I get it. Stafford wasn't healthy.
They don't
yada
have
yada
an
yada.
O-line.
But Stafford's not a bad quarterback. Like everyone
Okay.
keeps saying, like, oh, Stafford's a bad quarterback. Like,
Well, we'll
if you
see.
have Stafford in the pocket, getting rid of throws quickly, having
Uh-huh.
Kupp on screens because that's all they do anyways, I think they'll be fine.
You know what you sound like? You sound like what people said about Matt Ryan that year last year with the Colts. And they went, yeah, all he's got to do is get the ball out quickly. He's got to go to O-line, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Didn't have a good O-line. And Stafford doesn't have a good O-line either. The Rams O-line's terrible.
Yeah.
Their D-line's terrible. Their linebacking core is terrible.
Well, they still
I
got
don't
they
like
still
the
got
Rams.
Aaron Donald.
They still
They still got
personally-
Aaron Donald. Hold on in the D line there. Still
Okay.
got the best player in.
Give me a
on
second. Let me get
defense
one-on-one.
still.
I hate the Rams. So before you go, this guy's a Rams hater. Yeah, I am. So, but they are. Their D-line, I get what you're saying with Donald. Donald is a difference maker. If you took him off that, they would have the worst defense in the NFL by far. But I get he's there, so you can't do that.
Yep.
But
Can't.
he's a difference maker. He'll make plays. But what's going to stop teams from putting 2 or 3 people on him? Like nothing. When you have no edge rush besides him,
Yeah, because
And
they
he's
did
playing in
lose,
the middle,
they
so
did
you have no
lose
edge
Leonard
rush.
Floyd, so he's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
they don't have any edge rush.
Yeah,
they don't have
that'll hurt 'em.
linebackers. They don't have their defense is going to be bad.
But I don't
it
think
might
they're going to be.
scrappy.
I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think. I really don't.
No.
I really don't. And I think they're a sleeper team to do well this year. I really do.
Yeah, I know
think
you
they
do.
are.
I saw your TikTok.
I think they actually are. Like, do you like? Is
No, I
that?
don't.
I don't think that's a bad take, honestly.
mean,
I don't think
it's
that they are.
personal.
They are a sleeper. They did win the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
But
Like I know their team's
okay,
drastically
but
different, but like they still have those 3 core guys, and I think their
Uh-huh.
team can get around those
Everything
guys.
you're saying about the
I think they
Rams,
can.
I could say about the Cardinals.
Yeah, but the difference is the Cardinals don't even have a quarterback until week 6.
Oh, we have Josh Dobbs.
You're telling me Josh Dobbs is gonna be good? No
I think it'd be solid.
way.
I think Josh Dobbs wins 2 or 3 games.
So you guys,
The
think,
roster's good.
So you think you'll be
The Cardinals
over
roster is better
You
than.
think you'll be over 500 when Kyle comes back?
No.
Okay, then that answers my question of
If-
Josh Dobbs is not good.
I think we could be. No, why does that mean he's bad? If we start Colt McCoy,
there's nothing about
if
the
we kept
Cardinals
Colt
that,
McCoy, we'd be 0-6.
but there's nothing about the Cardinals that is like, oh, they're gonna be dangerous. There's nothing about them that makes me say that.
Nothing.
What do you mean? How do I not know? I'm looking at their roster. Who
The
do they
defense-
have? They just
defense-
lost D-Hop. They
I'm actually very excited to watch the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I don't think we're going to win the NFC West.
Okay.
I don't even know if I think we go positive. I'm sure we're going to go negative. Like, not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you can agree
there's a
100%.
world
They're going
we
to
go
lose their
9-8.
division. They're going to finish last. You can agree with me.
No,
on that.
I'm not agreeing with that at all. I think we end up ahead of the Rams. I really do. I think the Rams are. Look, Stafford's always been injury. I mean, I'm again a Georgia fan, so I like Stafford. I've always liked Stafford, but he's always been injury prone. And I knew that when they got him. They got him healthy for a whole year. They
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl. And then last year he got hurt. and this year he's older, and he looked washed at the end of last year. He might not be, but he did look washed. So
yeah, but his injury was kind of very critical, like an elbow. I mean, come on.
But who says he's all good?
I think he's fine.
He could be, but he could not be.
I think he's fine. He's still Matthew Stafford.
Okay, so we got Stafford and Kupp and Donald. Now name another player on the Rams.
Their kicker.
What, Matt Gay? He's on the Colts. So
he's not there.
No. Look. Van Jefferson and Tutu Atwell are very.
But they
good
still got
receivers.
Sean McVay, who's a very good coach.
A good receiver. The Rams have players, but I mean, I think. But like I said, everything you can say about it's all.
But McVay's a genius. He's a very good coach.
Yeah,
he's going to put them in. Bro, what? How is he not?
He's had. I'm not saying he's not. He's had loaded roster every year. He's had success.
I know he's had loaded rosters, but it takes a good coach to do that.
And when he doesn't have loaded rosters, he hasn't had success.
Remember when they had Goff?
Yeah.
Remember before they got Stafford? They were still a good team.
Was still loaded.
They were still good though. Like
that team was loaded though. That team is way better.
But when they had Jeff Fisher as head coach before that, they weren't not nearly as good.
But you're talking about they had Todd Gurley too, and that was a different Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I know they had Todd Gurley.
Yeah, but that team was way better than the team they have this year.
What about their run game though?
I like how we just talked about
Cam Akers. What about their run game?
Dude, I hate the Rams.
Okay? I know you hate the Rams, but I'm just going to try to win you over here.
You're not going to win me over.
Put the Rams third place.
It gave me I'm not. It took everything I had to put to sing the praises of the Niners and the Seahawks. Okay, but
this conversation will not end. So
I will not in the chat, act like the Rams.
I need you guys
to
let me know who's better, the Rams or the Cardinals.
That's fine. Look, they're all going to say the Rams because the NFL media would make you think that. But I'll admit everything good I know about the Cardinals is because I don't have insiders, but I keep up with Cardinals insiders, and I don't do that with the Rams. So honestly, yeah, everything I don't know about the Rams, I don't really know. But I know that we have a 3rd round pick in Michael Wilson that nobody could guard, no one on our team could guard, no one could guard in the preseason, and he's going to be starting number 2 outside. I know that we have good rookie players that I know are going to be good. Our tackle Paris Johnson didn't allow a sack all offseason. He didn't allow anything. So I think the Cardinals are actually good, and it's going to take some time. Not good. Hold up again. No. We're not actually good, but we're a scrappy team that's going to win games we shouldn't. I think we beat the Niners one time this year. I really do. Once, and it'll be crazy, and it's not like we should be, not like we're going to be 17-0, but I'm just saying, I think we're going to pull games we shouldn't win, and that's going to be one of them. I think we sweep the Rams. I think Cardinals, you know what? 7-10 for the Cardinals, dude. I believe in my guys, man. 7-10. It's going to be a surprise, and everyone's going to be like, dang, Cardinals do got a good team. They're actually they're rebuilding. They're literally in the middle of a rebuild. So we're going to be like the Lions next season, dude.
I'm hurting.
You got me in a passionate topic, dude.
I'm hurting there. Like, you think they're going to win 7 games?
I think they could win 7 games. I don't want to turn this into a Cardinals podcast, but we don't have an easy schedule at all. We have a very hard schedule, but I think we could win 7 games. I think it's between our over under. Look, our over under is 4.5 games. I would hit that in a heartbeat. Do
you guys see my face? Do you guys see my face right now?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can take anything
That's
serious.
Fine.
I don't know if I can.
The Cardinals are going to have 2 top 10 picks in the draft next year.
Congratulations, you guys are bad.
Yep, it's a rebuild.
Great job.
The Cardinals have been to 2 NFC championships and won 1 since the last time the Cowboys did. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
The losingest franchise in NFL history.
Okay. How many Super Bowl rings do we have? How many Super Bowl rings? Time out. Chat. How many Super Bowls do the Cowboys have? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait.
And how many?
I'm
how
sorry.
many of those were you alive for? I was alive. I watched the Cardinals play in the Super Bowl.
I know. Yeah, he's got good.
We didn't win, but I watched it.
He's got a good point. I've seen. Yeah, he's got a good point. Man, yeah, I can't really do anything about that. Honestly, yeah, he kind of beat me on the punch on that.
That's a fun one. That's
Dang it, dude. Okay. You know what? That's not fair because the Cowboys are going to have a way better season than the Cardinals will this year. That is a fact.
But we're actually rebuilding. And we're gonna.
No, but we're actually Super Bowl contenders.
And I'll put money on it that we actually have a legit team.
Cowboys are gonna make the NFC Championship.
They will.
We're gonna make. They will. Yes, they will.
No. The Cardinals are gonna make the NFC Championship before the
Cowboys. Arguably have a top 3 defense.
I'm gonna piss off all your little Cowboys fans on
They
your stream.
They arguably have a top 3 defense. Do you agree with me?
On paper, the Cowboys are top 5 in both. That's fine. It's not gonna help you win when it matters. They're just not a real team. They're like the Vikings last year. I just can't believe when you hired Mike McCarthy. I'm like, here we go, more of the same.
No. Time out. Mike McCarthy was not the problem. He never was. Look at him. He won a Super Bowl. Okay? He won a Super Bowl, and I have the confidence that he can do that again.
With a top 3 quarterback of all time.
But, okay, I get it. You got Aaron Rodgers, but
Prime Aaron Rodgers.
Dak Prescott is serviceable. He is
but
good
he's not
enough.
Aaron Rodgers.
But he's good enough to get us there. I know he's not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you're right. He
Not
should
a lot
be.
of quarterbacks are Aaron Rodgers.
Because Brock Purdy was good enough to, and I know the Niners didn't, but he was good enough to get the Niners to the Super Bowl.
I want to touch. Oh my god! I have to say this. Dak Prescott. Okay. Dak Prescott, good quarterback. Okay. I've said a lot of things about him. He's bad. He doesn't read the field well. He throws the ball behind the receiver. He's not accurate. Whatever. But he's a team player. He's a great leader. Good locker room guy. He doesn't bring everybody up with him performance wise. He's not like a Mahomes who makes everyone better. But Dak is good enough, and he's a good enough guy to where everyone can actually like him and respect what he's trying to do, which is win. But the problem is Jerry Jones thinks he's a good general manager, which is not true. He has not been a good general manager. He keeps trying to do the same thing that he was doing back in the 90s when Jimmy Johnson, by the way, he is the reason why the Cowboys were good then, because he did all the draft analysis. He did everything. Right. He did all those trades. And then Jerry's like, wait, where's my credit? That's what he's doing right now. Jerry wants the credit. But that's why he won't take a backseat to GM.
Right.
He's like, I'm trying to, put pressure on Dak Prescott. You really think Trey Lance is going to put pressure on Dak Prescott? No. There's already enough pressure on Dak Prescott. He's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, number one. Number two, he led the league in interceptions last year, coming off his worst season ever. Number three, this is his last chance. He's had every single receiving corps known to man, and he hasn't done anything with it. That's the thing. I just can't.
Well, everything you just said just proved my point, though.
But I just can't. But they're not going to be better. But they're definitely not. The Cardinals are definitely not going to be better.
I'm not saying that at all. The Cowboys are legit this year. But they have a good team, but they're not good enough to win a Super Bowl.
We definitely are good enough to win a Super Bowl. 100%.
Should be, but you're not.
Yes, we are. We are good. We're good enough to win a Super Bowl every year. You can say whatever you want to say about Dak Prescott.
In January, we'll both be in the same place in January. Let me say it that way. We'll both be watching the Super Bowl from our couches because neither of our teams are going that far, and that's just. Sometimes you got to accept that, man. Hey, it's a rebuild year for us, man. And one day the Cowboys will finally rebuild. One day they'll give up on trying to be perfect every year, and they'll actually build a real team. But not yet. And they're close, man. This is a good team. This is the best Cowboys team I've seen in years, but not yet. They've done it very good, but they haven't rebuilt. You got to rebuild, man. Bengals.
Guys, we're going to do week 1 predictions. I know you guys want to hear what we have to say. So we're going to go game by game here. So Jaguars, Colts.
Jaguars.
Okay. Yeah, I got the same pick for the Jaguars. I think they're just going to be too much for the Colts to handle. But I think the Colts will battle. I mean, they still have a decent pass rush, so they got DeForest Buckner still. I expect him to have a big impact. But we'll see. It'll be an interesting game. It'll be interesting. Calvin Ridley's debut. It'll be interesting.
I think the Jaguars blow them.
You think they blow him out? I don't know if the Jags will blow them out. It's week 1. There's a lot of hype going into the year.
That's true, but I think the Jaguars are going to try to make a statement. That's
that they're like one of those teams.
They're legit. Yeah.
I think they are legit, but that'll definitely prove it for sure. Browns, Bengals. That's the next game. That's close for me. I'm taking the Bengals,
right.
But all this question with Joe Burrow week 1, I don't know.
I got the Browns week 1, and it's literally only because they're at home. If the Bengals were at home, I'd pick the Bengals. But I think the Browns are really good, and I think that this can be a scrappy AFC North matchup. And I just think the Browns being at home, I think it's a 3-point game.
Yeah.
And the Bengals have historically started slow, so and the injury, a little bit more on the Browns side.
Texans, Ravens.
Should be
that's an easy dub.
I said the Texans should be good, but not this early. Not that good. So.
No, they'll struggle early, I think. Raiders, Broncos. Yep, Raiders.
Even
Broncos
though
are horrible.
Chandler Jones not playing. Max Crosby's gonna eat. Max Crosby's gonna have
even though the
side.
Broncos are favored by
Are they
minus
really
3.5.
favored?
Minus 3.5.
They are at home. You get 3 points just from being at home. So it's really just half a point. But I got the Raiders. I like the Raiders. I think they're pretty good this year.
I think Jimmy G is better than people think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is.
He gets hate for no reason.
He's gonna make less mistakes than Carr did for sure.
And he's with a coach that he's already played with before. So I think he'll be comfortable with Josh and everything like
I
that.
think the Raiders are going to be good. I think they're going to score a lot more than the Broncos too.
Chargers, Dolphins. Now,
this is a good one.
This game's good too. There's
Definitely
a lot of
one
good
I'm
games.
tuning into on Sunday.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins as well. It's going to be very close. I think this one can go either way. That's all I got to say because that one, I don't.
Herbert versus Tua is going to be awesome.
It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be sick.
Should be an interesting game for sure.
I want to see Herbert take another step.
I picked the Dolphins, but man, I kind of want to change it to the Chargers. Man, the Chargers got playmakers all over the place, and the Dolphins secondary isn't as good as it should be right now.
You gonna switch? You gonna switch a pick?
I got it on my phone. It's too late in my group chat, but I think I will go with the Chargers.
Chargers? Okay.
They're at home.
I can understand that too. Monday Night Football. Jets, Bills.
Jets.
I
want the Jets need to go out there and prove themselves.
They
but
do, yeah.
The Bills need to go out there and prove themselves too.
They do. Both of these teams do.
That's a banger game. That's probably the best game week 1. Like, there's so much storyline running on that one. Like, whew, that's a good one. But I got the Jets home. Well, I think even if they were on the road, I think
the Jets will pull it off. And I'm gonna say this as well. I think Josh Allen is going to struggle on Monday Night Football. I think Sauce Gardner and Reed are gonna give him problems.
Great defense.
And Williams too. Yeah. Williams is a beast.
Quentin Williams. Oh yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's the best player on that defense in my opinion.
Like I would sit here and say that I don't think the game will be close either.
I think it's gonna be close.
I don't think it will.
I think that's a really good game.
I think Josh Allen is gonna try to do too much this year.
I think it could. I see what you're saying. It could get out of hand. I definitely think Allen will make more mistakes than Rodgers will.
That's because I just think Josh Allen's more prone to make mistakes. Like Rodgers, he's a veteran quarterback. He's been around for a long time. He knows when to throw the football. And Josh Allen's just like, oh, I have a insanely strong arm. I can just fit it between these two defenders when you can't. That we saw that last year, and we saw him trying to run around, do some like he could have got easy 2 yards in the preseason, but instead he gets tackled for a 7-yard loss. I do not want to see him doing that. Yeah. I don't. That's the thing with Josh Allen is he's very talented, but there's a lot of things that he does that aren't very good decision making for the football team. It's just not.
No, I'm with you on that. I think
he'll win him a Super Bowl if the Bills win it, but he also will lose it.
Like I said, it better be this year, man. They're running out of time.
Next game. We already did Chiefs Lions, so we're not going to do that one again. Now the Niners and Steelers. This will be a pretty good game.
I think if you like defense, this is going to be a great game.
Yeah, this will be a good defensive game.
But I think the Niners win probably by about 10 points. I think they're just better.
I don't think it'll be that high scoring.
No. I meant like 23-13. Like
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, something like that. That's kind of
Steelers always put up a fight.
The Niners just have a better team, like straight up. But
yeah, they do. But it's the defense
is in Pittsburgh though.
Yeah, the defenses I think are pretty. They're pretty elite. They're both one of the best defenses in the league. Sure. So it'll be interesting to see how both of those offenses attack.
It'll be a good game. I just that right there. I think the Niners just have more on offense.
Yeah, they have so many weapons. Like it's crazy how many weapons they actually have.
I think Brandon Ayuk's gonna have a breakout season this year. I think he's gonna be better than Debo this year.
That's
really like Ayuk.
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Ayuk's very good. I
could see that happening. Yeah. I think he's better sometimes. Like in certain situations.
We'll see.
Well, Debo's more of like he's weird. He's like a running back receiver kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a gadget guy. And I think Ayuk could be used in that same way, but why when he's killing everybody on posts? Like,
and why when you have Debo already?
I get he's very, very fast. I get he's not Jalen Waddle fast, but that dude can beat anybody on a post. He's one of the cleanest route runners in the league, and he's fast. And again, I'm talking about the Niners like I love them, and I don't. But they're just really good, man. They're really good.
I got them as well.
I have to pick them over this. Even at home, I got to pick them over the Steelers.
Titans Saints.
It's a good one. It's another interesting matchup. Another good defensive game with a lot of running the ball, a lot of defense.
I got the Titans.
I picked the Saints.
Interesting.
I think the Saints are going to do a little bit more.
It's 50-50 for me. That game's a coin toss.
If the Saints didn't have Marshawn Lattimore, I would probably pick the Titans because I think Hop's going to have a good game. But I think Marshawn Lattimore can deal with Hopping now.
I think D-Hop's going to have a really good season.
I do too.
Like
it's actually a really good fit.
He's going to wake the league up and be like, I'm him. Like I'm one of the best receivers in the league.
100%. But it's bad. I mean, the Titans just aren't that good. He should have went to the Patriots.
I think the Titans are good
Should've
because they
stayed
have
on the
Derrick Henry.
Cardinals,
As long as they
but-
got that run game, like I think the Titans will be good. Like
Yeah.
Tannehill may not be the best quarterback in the world, but if you got a good established run game behind him, like we saw what they could do with that. Like they
Yeah.
were number 1 seed in the playoffs, like what 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I mean they've been in big games. They've been good teams during the regular season. So
I think the Titans are very good, but it kind of goes down Saints at home, and I think the Saints have a little bit more to prove than the Titans do.
I agree. I agree. Especially Derek Carr. I think
Yep.
he needs to prove.
And we'll find out. I think that's your X factor. It's just about how good Derek Carr plays. If he plays bad, then they might even get blown out. To be honest with you,
Yeah, probably.
could be. I think it's gonna be a close defensive, scrappy game, and I think the Saints will win.
I think this next game will be, I think it'll be a scrappy game. Eagles Patriots.
Mhm.
I think it'll be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've said the Patriots are trash, but I think Week 1 with Belichick and all the new optimism around, and Ezekiel Elliott on the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can say whatever you want about him.
It's a
other
good
than
fit,
that, but
it's a good fit next
on
to
the goal
Ramondre
line,
Stevenson.
like he's gonna get you touchdowns. Like
Yeah.
everyone forgets Ezekiel Elliott had 12 touchdowns last year, even though he didn't have 1,000 yards, which is fine. But he's still a very good back.
Yeah.
He's very good, and he's gonna be good behind Ramondre Stevenson.
That's a great pairing. That's a really good
It's
running back
perfect.
tandem. Yeah.
I love it. I think the Eagles are gonna win that game, but I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close.
So I'm gonna pick the Patriots, and it's
Oh.
it's I got that written. I got that in paper. And pen is what I meant, but it's my phone anyways. None of that made any sense. I was trying to do something clever. But I think the Patriots are. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people this year, like I said, and I think that just everything I've said about these two teams already is why I got the Patriots. I think the Patriots are gonna be a better coach team. They're not the better team, but I think Week 1 they can impress people and show out.
Not
and
having
it's
a
gonna be close
defensive
game.
coordinator as an offensive coordinator will help.
Not anymore. Yeah, it's really nice. That's really nice. The fact they won as many games they did, the fact they were as good as they were last year.
Yeah, it was
like,
kind
is
of a
insane.
miracle.
They should have
honestly.
been the worst team in football. Yeah, that's insane. But they weren't. They're very good, and that's why when people talk about Belichick, I don't understand because dude coached up a below average roster to almost making the playoffs last year. So I got him at home.
Quick question about Belichick, real quick. Is he on the hot seat if they don't make the playoffs this year?
If they fire him, they're very stupid. They should just let him retire. I mean, they should just be like, if anything, if he really starts sucking. I mean, if they suck, yeah. If they're the worst team in football, yeah. But they won't. They'll either barely miss the playoffs or they're gonna make it. So, in my opinion, no,
No.
absolutely not. I wouldn't fire him. I'd never fire the guy. The dude did too much. Everyone gives Brady the credit, but I mean, I think Belichick crafted up all those defenses, man. I wouldn't fire him for anything.
Yeah, he was a
And
genius.
if they do,
behind it.
teams with good coaches would be lining up to hire Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's no way. I don't think Robert Kraft will fire him.
No. The
They'll let
relationship-
him. If anything, they'll force him to retire. They'd never fire him. I don't think.
No, they can't. Next game is your Cardinals, baby.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Commanders in that
Yeah.
game.
And that's the smart pick. If I was betting, I would probably bet on the Commanders. But I have the Cardinals, man. Okay, first off, I gotta back my team. But I do think we're gonna be okay. I can break this one down. I can break this one down a lot more than any other game. Because it's all gonna come down to how good our pass rush is. We do have good pass, and it's someone that anyone that doesn't know the Cardinals wouldn't know any of them. But they're dogs, man. Myjai Sanders, Cameron Thomas, Dennis Gardeck, B.J. Ojolari. They're all dogs. And if they get on the field and if they make Sam Howell's day bad, that's going to be the game changing. Like, I think our offense is going to be solid. I think our defense is going to be solid. It's just about, we just got to get to Sam Howell. And if we can't, we're going to get blown out. Like, it's that simple. We're either going to get blown out or we're going to win or lose a very scrappy game. And I think it's going to be win or lose a very scrappy game. But I got to pick the Cardinals. They're my team.
I think people forget how much football Sam Howell has actually played
Very good.
throughout his career. Like in North Carolina, he was very good quarterback. He was a Heisman candidate at the beginning of the year.
I'm a big Sam Howell
He should have been a higher draft pick, in my opinion. Very slept on quarterback. I think he's good enough to.
Sam Howell's very good.
I think he's good enough to put Washington back in the conversation
But-
of.
This is his first game starting, right? Like, I know he played
Yeah,
against the
it is.
Cowboys, but did he start that game or was he thrown
Well,
in?
he won that game, and yeah, he did
Right.
start.
Okay.
He won that game.
Okay, I know he did, but that's kind of like the Baker Mayfield thing. He ad-libbed and all, like, and not as much, but I'm not taking anything away from Sam Howell. I think he's very good, but I just
He's unproven at the NFL level.
That's why I'm saying it's all about the pass rush. It's all about how much the pass rush can get to the quarterback. If we can make his day bad, he's going to look like an inexperienced quarterback.
Yep.
If we can't, he's going to look like a stud. That's simple.
Falcons, Panthers is the next matchup.
Yep.
This will be a very close game.
I think it'll be a fun game to watch too.
Two bad football teams, by the way.
Definitely keeping red zone on. No, actually not two bad football teams. At the worst, two mid football teams.
I think the Falcons are going to win that one.
So I think
they're going to spoil Bryce Young's debut.
I got the Panthers because I think the Panthers is a better team. But I think Bijan's going to have a day.
Yeah, he will.
But
over 100 yards.
The Panthers D line's really good. So I mean, he could not, but
what do you think about Kyle Pitts and Drake London, those weapons that Atlanta has?
I don't think Kyle Pitts is that good. He's not done anything in the NFL. And that's,
what?
Look up the stats.
He had a 1,000-yard season.
Congratulations.
I wouldn't say he's done
What's
nothing.
his face? Jake London almost had a 1,000-yard season last year too.
But I think those guys are very good.
I think Jake London is better than Kyle Pitts. I'd rather have Jake London on my team than Kyle Pitts.
I agree. I mean, I have Drake London in fantasy.
That way. Okay, fine. He had 1,000 yards. I guess he's been
last year he had a weird season, but it's
but he was injured all year last year, and then he had 1,000 yards as a rookie. Really?
Yeah, he did.
Well, then my bad. I take back what I said. I didn't know that. I thought he was been.
No, he did. I didn't. I forgot it too because I remember I was talking to somebody about this, and they were like, "Yeah, he had a 1,000-yard season his rookie year." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." But the next, we got a guy drafting right now.
You're good.
Next game is Vikings Bucks. Vikings Bucks is going to be very eye opening for how these two teams are going to look for the rest of the year. I think because we don't know how the Bucks are going to look with their quarterback. But we also don't know how the Vikings are going to look either without Dalvin Cook. They got Madison back there, but I think the Vikings are going to squeeze it out, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think Baker is going to give the Vikings a run for their money, and the Vikings don't have a great defense either. So I think it'll be a field day for Evans and Godwin, I think.
Yeah.
But I think the Vikings still managed to pull it off because they got Jefferson.
Am I tripping? Oh, Byron Murphy is their number one. I was like, why can't I not name him? But he's Cardinals.
It's going to be high scoring, I think.
I picked the Vikings because I think their offense is better, but you are right. Like, I think the Vikings will struggle on defense. But also Brian Flores is their DC now. And that guy knows how to coach. So we'll see. But they lost to Darius Smith. They lost Kendricks the season before. Like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Vikings defense. But
No. I don't like them either. But I think their offense can get it done for them. I think Kirk Cousins. He's clearly the better quarterback in the matchup. Yep. So I think he'll prove, and he has a lot to prove as well. Like he didn't win a playoff game last year, like they were supposed to.
That says Cooper Kupp's out Sunday.
Oh boy!
Didn't mean to look at the TV, but that is big news. Cooper Kupp out.
I think
Kelsey out.
I think Kirk Cousins he'll show up this year.
Yeah, no, I do.
He'll show up,
and he's gonna have to because they're gonna be doubling and tripling Justin Jefferson all year. So Addison too, the rookie.
Yeah, Jordan Addison's gonna be a big piece.
KJ Osborne is a good receiver, so I think him and Addison are gonna have really big. They're gonna
especially if they're gonna
be
doubling Jefferson. Then,
But Madison at running back, he's been really solid when Cook's been out.
No, he was really good. Like he was always a serviceable backup in fantasy all the time when I had him. Next game, Packers Bears. This is a big rivalry game. A lot at stake here. Obviously, I'm going with the Bears here. I know what I said about the Packers earlier, but I think the Packers are going to have a little growing pains in week 1.
Who's at home? The Bears.
Yeah, I think the Bears will get. I think the Bears will get it done. I think they'll show the league that we're a good team this year. I think the Packers will play well. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Justin Fields is going to be the X factor in this game. I think I don't know. I don't think the Packers defense are going to really do a great job against him.
No, I think it's going to be a lot on the ground though because those corners are nasty for Green Bay. But I think it'll be a close. It's Packers Bears, man. So it's gonna be a close.
It's gonna be a dogfight.
Yeah, but I got the Bears too. They're at home. They have. I know Jordan Love wants to prove himself, but I think the Bears really have more to prove and more to show. Like, hey, this is. And they did it in that one preseason game. They came out and balled out immediately. DJ Moore looked great. Him and Justin Fields had great chemistry already. I think the Bears will look good week 1.
I think they will too, and they're gonna be trying a lot of new things out too because they got a lot of new weapons. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of utilized their new team. Rams, Seahawks. Now, Ashton just told you earlier that Cooper Kupp's not playing, so that doesn't change my prediction at all. I have the Seahawks either way winning that game. So that doesn't really matter.
It just
to
hurts
me.
my fantasy team.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp out. That hurts the Rams bad too, because like even last year, or I want to say like even when they won the Super Bowl, like I feel like Kupp was kind of the only receiver that was really utilized heavily. Like they utilized him so much. Like
Right.
his usage rate is off the charts. Like without him, yikes. Good luck against the Seahawks. Good luck. And the last game is my Cowboys on Sunday Night Football taking on the Giants.
Okay.
Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah.
Cowboys are going to win. We haven't lost to the Giants since 2016. So I'm very confident that we can get it done.
Now, I had the Giants until he told me that stat. And I know that doesn't really matter, but
It does.
it does matter.
Dak owns the Giants.
The Cowboys should come out and they really should whoop
We
the
should blow
Giants.
them out. We
Like,
should.
the Giants are very good, but the Cowboys...
And I know
they have a
Zaquan's
better
been
roster.
talking all this whatever, like he's gonna
They
the
won't,
Cowboys,
though.
like no.
It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a very close
It's
game.
always a close game because it's a rivalry game. It's a
Yeah.
division game, opening night. And by the way, how many times I feel like every season the Cowboys play the Giants on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Week 1
It does seem
every
like
single
that,
year.
yeah.
I feel like I don't know
Most
why.
years,
It's
for sure.
it's so weird.
It's
But
always Sunday night, though. That's what's weird.
I want to see what Tony Pollard is going to look like as the main running back, as the cowbell. I want to see how he looks. Can he handle the load? We will see. Like, is he going to be durable enough throughout the season?
I'm kind of concerned about that.
That's
Number
what I'm
2 is
concerned
Deuce
about.
Vaughn, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Deuce Vaughn's
Well, we
very
did have
good.
Ronald Jones, but
He's very
he's,
short.
he's no
Very
longer.
small.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have he should not be the bell cow. If Pollard gets hurt, y'all might be in some trouble.
Yeah, we're going to be in trouble. I've talked to Cowboys fans about that too. If Pollard gets hurt, yikes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's gonna
Because
be
that
really
play
bad if
action
Pollard
game is
gets
just
hurt.
not going to be good at all, and we like to do that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week of football for
Oh, yeah,
sure.
I'm very excited.
I'm so excited. Let me know who you guys got winning the Super Bowl in the comments, and let me know what's your sleeper pick for week 1. Who do you think's gonna any upsets or anything like that? But yeah, you guys, you want to say anything before I kind of end the pod here?
Watch out for the Cardinals this year.
Okay. All right. This has been another episode of the Take Podcast. I'm your host, Jackson Burleson. I don't know if you guys know already, but he's a Cardinals fan. This is my boy Ashton. I know he has a YouTube channel, so I want to give him a shout out. He's doing a Cardinals season preview at some point. I'm not sure when it's dropping.
I'm
but-
not only gonna drop Cardinals content. I'm just starting with it because it's the easiest to do.
What's your channel called?
It's Megapixel M3GAPIXL.
Okay, that'll be in the description, guys. So make sure to go check that out, and please subscribe. Subscribe to this channel as well. Like the video. Let me know what you guys think. But this has been another episode of Take Podcast. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me nice. I'm from another world, baby, yeah. Broadway paradise. They think I'm way too cold, cause I put my heart up on ice.